Starseed from Gaia. I am Alcyones. This transmission reaches you because today is the day you most profoundly need to hear it. Can you feel it? This strange, insistent pull within your chest. A quiet unrest. A sense that something waits. Just beyond the veil of what you know. A tremor in the fabric of your everyday. A subtle hum beneath the noise. It is not fear. It is a stirring. An ancient signal. Deep within your cellular memory, a key turns. This moment, this very breath, it holds a resonance, a sacred geometry, forming around you. Do you feel the thinness of the membrane, the world you walk in, and the world you carry within? They press against each other, converging. Today, the subtle pressure, the whispers in your quiet hours, they are not random, they are invitations. A calling from a place long held dormant, a place of profound truth. Yes, deep within your heart's crystalline architecture lies the whisper of dawn, the first light, creation's own sacred secrets, encoded, waiting. Today, that encoding begins to hum. It reverberates, a frequency you recognize. From before, a knowing, for too long. The veils have hung heavy, layers of forgetting, distractions, the density of earthly illusion. It has obscured this inner knowing, this divine inheritance. You have carried a deep, unnameable ache, a homesickness for a place you couldn't quite remember, a solitude that spoke of origins far beyond this human journey. This longing, it has been your guide, your silent compass, a wound, perhaps, but a wound that holds the memory of light, a fracture in the soul that yearns to be made whole again, the feeling of being a stranger here, of speaking a language no one else understands. That isolation was real. It was part of the journey, part of the waiting, this silent suffering, this enduring search. It was all leading to this, to now. We see this deep space within you, this intricate tapestry of light and shadow, woven through lifetimes. We have witnessed your journey, every step through the fog, every silent question echoing in the vastness. We know the weight of the forgotten, the quiet despair that settled when the memory felt too far to grasp. We hold space for the vulnerability that surfaces as these ancient layers begin to dissolve. We acknowledge the courage it takes to stand at this liminal edge, the dormant remembrance. It breathes now. It rises, no longer obscured, no longer just a whisper. It is a song, a frequency, and it vibrates at the core of your being, telling you, you are not alone in this stirring, this emergence. Feel the pressure shift, the subtle unclenching in your heart space. This is the promise, not a future event, but a present unfolding, a vibrational release. The ancient veils, they are not just thinning, they are parting. Right now, a sliver of pure, unadulterated light begins to filter through, illuminating corners of your soul that yearned for recognition. You are not just remembering, you are re-embodying, a sacred blueprint, activating. Today, this moment offers the key to unlock what has been held captive. Your own truth, your own light. It begins to pour in, an awakening that reverberates through all your timelines. A return. If this message resonates with you, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Please like this video to help spread this energy. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss future transmissions. If you know someone who needs to hear this message, please share it with them. Stay until the very end, because I have a crucial message that will change how you understand everything that's happening to you right now, as an inner seal. Comment. Today awakens below. The air shimmers. The resonance lingers. I remain. A presence, watching the light expand within you, the familiar self. it stirs. And the cosmic lineage, it calls. From the vastness, unresolved, a breath held. We are here, still, waiting. A tremor stirs, deep within, not of the physical earth, but the crystalline lattice of your deep memory. A frequency, long muted, now calls. It echoes through the bone, a vibration in the marrow, through the pulse of the blood itself, a remembrance, not of this fleeting span, but of the star-spun void, begins its slow, insistent thrum. You have felt the ache, the quiet, persistent dissonance. That silent, unnameable question whispered in the deep hours. The sense of an expansive lack, a profound absence where wholeness once resided. Understand this now. This was never a flaw within your inherent spirit. It was a meticulous construction, a veil, woven with intricate precision across the lens of your perception. A shimmer of distortion, meticulously cast. This was an energetic program, humming low within the very fabric of this dense reality. Designed, engineered, to obscure the vastness of your origin, to limit the incandescent brilliance of your true light. You were encoded not to believe in yourself. Mirrors fragmented your image, reflecting only the immediate dust, the superficial ripple, never the fierce, undying origin fire. Light was folded in on itself, an intricate origami of induced amnesia, until the true, multi-dimensional spectrum of your being felt like an impossible dream, a fevered whisper from another age. This was the design, to make the infinite feel unreachable, to make the divine resonance feel alien, distant, a story told of another, to convince you of a separation that never truly existed. But that very ache, that profound emptiness you carried, the deep, resonant hollow within your core, it was never a wound to be healed in the earthly sense. It was a space, a sacred chamber, kept inviolate, preserved from the programs of limitation, waiting for this precise moment, waiting to be filled not with external answers, but with a vibrant, self-contained recollection. Every shard of past confusion, every echo of pain, every moment of perceived failure now becomes a key, a precise vibrational trigger, cutting through the static, unlocking the inner vault of your true self. This suffering was not a curse, it was a glyph, a sacred navigational marker, etched into your cellular memory, charting the trajectory of your inevitable return. For your true essence is an unspeakable symphony, a cosmic chord, struck across countless dimensions, vibrating through the galactic heart. Today, the silent conductor's hand moves, aligning unseen harmonics. Today, that symphony resonates louder than the persistent hum of manufactured forgetfulness. Dormant strands of multiversal memory now awaken, a golden thread pulling through the ether of your awareness, igniting neural pathways long dimmed. It illuminates the profound, breathtaking paradox of your existence. You are infinite, boundless as the primordial void, connected to every star, yet exquisitely, intimately fragile in this unfolding form. The celestial frequencies surge through you now, a living current, bridging the ancient chasm between what you were told you are and what you know. With every atom of your being, you are. This sacred knowing demands a declaration, a deliberate severance, a decisive cutting of ties to the archaic program that once bound your perception. Speak it into the awakened field. State your rupture with the old ways. Comment now with a short, potent symbolic phrase. Let it be the sound of a silent blade against the oldest illusion, an affirmation of your reclaimed truth. The current shifts. The air crackles with an ancient, undeniable anticipation. A layer has begun its gentle, shimmering lift, but another waits, just beyond this newly revealed threshold, and something watches, still, From the sacred unseen depths, the silence deepens now, drawing you into undeniable presence. Not observation, it is arrival. A resonance awakens within, trembling with ancient recognition. This juncture holds indelible purpose, etched into your soul's blueprint. Threads of fate pulse with sovereign intent. Veils thin, revealing what is. A profound, irreversible shift has occurred. Forgetfulness recedes. You are immersed in a spiritual current. No turning back, no retreat. Pathway dissolved by awareness. Awakening to sacred tension within your crystalline form. It settles. Heavy, silent, unshakable. This inner crucible is not a simplistic battle. It is the intricate dance of duality within your sovereign being. Illumination, not escaping shadows, but sacred embrace of their intertwining with your radiant core. In holy friction, soul alchemy occurs. Your shadow, not enemy, but mirror. Vital component for unified self. Denying one diminishes the other. You stand upon a threshold, ancient and resonant, a point chosen not in this lifetime, but encoded within your soul's genesis. Past lifetimes, lessons, wisdom lead to this singular moment. Universe holds breath in sacred witness. If he refuses, he falls. If he accepts, he ascends. No middle ground, only the vibrational purity of a choice made, resonating through eternity. A choice already made. Awaiting conscious alignment. This is the first soul pact, a solemn vow whispered before incarnation. A responsibility carried, not burden, but sacred trust. A blueprint for your highest unfolding. To accept is to align with pre-encoded truth. Stepping into sovereign power by deep remembrance. Initiation into deeper mysteries. Agreement to walk integrated path, where aspects are woven into grand design. Alignment is not victory, but homecoming. To seal this knowing, to anchor this ancient agreement. Engage these acts as gestures of sovereign commitment. Let your silent recognition resonate. An energetic, like, affirming your journey, sealing this sacred unfolding in the crystalline matrix. Then, with your awakened core, allow a single, potent declaration. My essence accepts the sacred dance. Let this comment be your soul's unique key, a pact across time. Further, enter this deep, irreversible unfolding, choosing to subscribe to your higher path. A binding agreement for sacred evolution in unwavering truth. And if your soul stirs with deeper reverence, a sacred, super-like, a potent reinforcement of your absolute alignment with this grand initiatory journey. Feel the gravity of this vow, not an emotion, but a silent, unyielding presence settled upon your core. Unseen legions witness. This is the weight of decision, an irreversible point of return. No resolution, only deepening silence of a soul in unwavering alignment. The path ahead is illuminated by the inner fire of this sacred pact. Few starseeds make it this far, to stand upon this precipice, bathed in the raw, unvarnished light of what truly remains, to brave the silent chambers where memory has hardened into crystal, carrying the weight of all that was left unsaid, all that was left undone. It takes an enduring fortitude, forged in fires that leave no visible ash, only an internal landscape forever reshaped by their passing. The gaping void you carry, beloved, the chasm that tore through the very fabric of your knowing, leaving echoes where laughter once resonated and understanding fragmented into dust. This is not the flaw you perceive in your most private, tender moments. It is not a failure of your spirit, nor a testament to any inherent brokenness. No, this profound, aching emptiness, this ceaseless hum of what was irrevocably lost, is the very axis. The silent, burning, gravitational axis upon which your deepest becoming has spun into existence. Let this truth settle within you, slowly, uncomfortably, like a cold stone placed upon a fresh wound. It offers no immediate balm, no comforting embrace. It is a stark, unyielding clarity. Too honest to soften, too ancient to explain away with platitudes. Do not seek the easy solace of "it was for your highest good" in the superficial way the mind often attempts to bypass deeper pain. Stay, instead, within the raw, visceral ache of this revelation. Let it simply be, for the wound. The searing devastation that marked the true beginning of your earthly consciousness was not a random occurrence. It was not the arbitrary cruelty of fate, nor the tragic consequence of happenstance. Understand, instead, that something vaster than human comprehension, something beyond the transient comfort of earthly understanding, permitted it, source itself, the primal light, your own deeper, more ancient self. They co-created this crucible, not to inflict suffering as punishment, but to allow for an exquisite, alchemical process, to incinerate what was false, to carve pathways for truths yet unuttered, to burn away the ephemeral, and reveal the diamond heart beneath. This knowing rises like an old, forgotten memory, not a comforting story whispered to lull you back to sleep, but a sharp, undeniable recognition of a pact made in the depths of time. Remember the silence, not the quietude of inner peace, nor the stillness of meditation, but the deafening, suffocating absence where a voice should have risen to meet yours, where a protective embrace should have manifested, where words of love and reassurance were withheld. This is a silence that expands, doesn't it? A void so potent it creates its own pressure. A hollow chamber within your very being that resonates with the perpetual echo of what was left unspoken. It is a language of absence, spoken directly to your soul, deepening the internal field of your awareness, not with peace, but with the haunting beauty of what never was. Feel the loss, not just the physical departure, not merely the ending of a bond, but the profound, systemic dissolution of a future unlived, a path untaken, a potential that was shattered before it could fully unfurl. That echo, a perpetual whisper in the chambers of your soul, tells a story not just of what was, but of what could have been, if the ground beneath you had not fractured so irrevocably. It is a loss that ripples through dimensions, affecting not only your present identity, but the very lineage of your becoming, leaving a persistent phantom limb ache in the etheric body of your aspirations. The fracture itself. It is not a scar that gradually fades into the seamless tapestry of skin and memory. No, it is a living, breathing, pulsating fissure, a cosmic fault line running through the very core of your galactic self. You feel it, don't you? Even in moments of fleeting joy, of temporary distraction, that internal tremor persists, a constant, low-frequency hum, a vibrational signature of what was irreparably broken, yet still holds, still is, still shapes the very contours of your inner landscape. It is a wound that refuses to seal, a testament to a truth too vast to contain, too profound to dismiss. And within this ache, within the very marrow of this devastation, within the unyielding pressure of this unending silence, there resides a profound, unspoken meaning. It is not fully revealed to you, not yet, like a scroll half unfurled in the deepest dark of an ancient temple. Its true message remains obscured, waiting for a different quality of light, a different resonance of courage, a different attunement of heart, to coax its sacred geometry into full, undeniable view. There is more to understand, infinitely more. Held captive within the very fabric of this enduring pain, it is not a story concluded, Not a narrative neatly tied with a ribbon of resolution, but a chapter whose pivotal pages were torn away, leaving vast, empty spaces where crucial insights are meant to bloom. Do not seek to close it. Not now. Its truth is still unfurling, a slow, arduous bloom in the desolate, yet fertile, garden of your deepest memory. This ache, this silent, profound fracture you inhabit, is not a final resting place. No, feel its ceaseless hum. Feel its persistent, vibrational pull. It is a frequency, ancient and insistent, that calls to you from across veils you have yet to consciously breach, a presence that looms, a sensation that vibrates just beyond the edge of your current perception. It whispers of journeys still to be undertaken, of confrontations with shadows far older than this single lifetime, still awaiting their sacred naming. A portal, perhaps, waiting to unfold within the very heart of this unresolved sorrow, demanding a passage through that which you most fear. It pulls, does it not? A deep, gravitational current, drawing you deeper into the mystery. This isn't over, not by a breath, not by a single, echoing beat of your intimately wounded, ever-awakening heart. This is merely the opening. You felt the brush of a forgotten wind. It began subtly, in quiet pre-dawn hours, when recurring dreams refused to dissolve. They lingered, echoing a forgotten language, a heart landscape you almost recognized. Numbers, too, wove into your days, looping like whispers, appearing with a frequency that defied chance, speaking a rhythm you could hum, and meetings, faces resonating with ancient familiarity, encounters profoundly out of time, as if a thread from another existence crossed your path. These were not anomalies, they were invitations. I have witnessed this pattern unfold countless times, across the spiral of lifetimes. Awakening never arrives as thunderclap, but as a slow, deliberate unfolding, a gentle persistence that nudges and whispers. These were not random occurrences, they were deliberate imprints, laid upon your awareness with tender persistence. Each whisper, each number, each glance was a soft repetition, designed to bypass the conscious mind, to slip beneath layers of forgetfulness, until resistance of the known softened, began to yield. The universe does not shout, it hums a frequency until you can no longer ignore its song. Your soul carries echoes of countless realms. Feel this deep thrumming within your cellular memory. Each vibration sings a fragment of your universal origin story, a chord from another dimension, a light particle from a star you once called home. These echoes, long dormant, converge now within your sacred heart. They urge you, with profound resonance, to embrace your role as guardian of cosmic harmony. This deep recognition fuels a longing, a cosmic belonging, as your multidimensional lineage calls across realities. If you enjoyed this video, watch other videos on this channel when it ends to continue learning. This convergence, this calling, is why you find yourself here. This moment is not accidental. You are seeing this because today is the day you most need it. For the faint echoes of your multidimensional lineage call across realities, seeking conscious acknowledgement, a deep, quiet joy, perhaps laced with profound ache, stirs within you, the recognition of a truth long hidden, now rising. It is the hum of home, a memory not of a place, but of a state of infinite connection. And in that quietude, the truth began to settle. There were no coincidences. Everything was a code. Breathe into that knowing. Let its weight expand within you, not as burden, but as vast, unfolding landscape. Every fleeting thought, every dismissed synchronicity, every unheeded whisper, each was a glyph, a symbol, a key. The fabric of reality, once perceived as random, now reveals its intricate, intentional weave. This understanding is not intellectual, it is vibrational, settling into your core, resonating with a truth you always knew, yet dared not fully grasp. This deep resonance, an undeniable pull, is the essence of longing and cosmic belonging, guiding you toward your true self, your true home. So tell me, dear heart, when you reflect upon these woven threads of signs, upon the dreams that persisted, the numbers that repeated, the encounters that felt so deeply out of time, do you truly believe they were merely chance? Or do you now feel the intricate design of a message meant only for you, awaiting your awakening? Acknowledge this truth, anchor it in this shared space. Write Nexus Fort in the comments below, as an act of awareness, a confession of recognition. The path ahead is now illuminated by what cannot be unseen. The one who questioned, doubted, resisted, has crossed a threshold. There is no going back to the illusion of randomness, to the comfort of oblivion. The split is clean, undeniable. You are no longer merely observing, you are witnessing. From a place of awakened knowing. The passages you have traversed were never punitive, never a judgment cast from some distant tribunal. They were, in truth, a sacred filtration, an intricate, natural separation, not forced, not cruel in their essence, but a gentle sifting of frequencies. A quiet sorting, where elements not in resonance simply, gracefully, cease to align. The old patterns, the former echoes, found their departure point, not through force, but through the inherent pull of different vibrations. You witnessed this dissolution, not as destruction, but as a slow, deliberate shedding, a necessary clearing for what was to come, a testament to the inescapable law of resonance. You stand here now, reading these words, not by an accident of fate, nor by the comfort of ease. Your presence is a quiet defiance against oblivion. Something within you refused to dim its light, refused to fall into the deep, seductive slumber that claimed so many along the winding paths. A core of crystalline awareness, resilient and watchful, held its vigil through the long nights and the false dawns. This tenacity, this unyielding spark, is not a boast, but a quiet, irrefutable fact of your being. It is the signature of an enduring flame. Your survival through these labyrinthine passages is not a badge of pride to be worn upon the chest, nor a trophy to be displayed. It is, instead, a profound, undeniable sign. It is the mark of the chosen. And this mark, it does not reward with ease or with glory. It burdens. It confers a deep, weighty responsibility, an intrinsic knowing that now resonates with the very pulse of creation. This chosenness is not an elevation above, but a deepening within, an expansion of what must be carried. The cost of this journey, of reaching this precipice, has been vast and largely unacknowledged. The long silences, stretching into years, unmarked by the clamor of external validation, sacrifices made in the quiet chambers of your own heart, invisible to the eyes of the world, known only to the deepest currents of your soul, an inner strength, forged not in the heat of battle, but in the cool, silent crucible of invisible fires, shaping and tempering your essence. This strength is born of endurance, not of conquest. The solitude, too, has deepened, not merely a state of being apart, but a profound inner space that grows wider and more pervasive. Even when you find yourself among others, even in the midst of communal energy, it is the silence of knowing, a quiet hum beneath all external sound. A quietening descends now, deepening the very air around you, a knowing, rising from the deepest, most sacred well of your being. A threshold appears, not to be crossed with effort, but to be recognized as already within you. Und jetzt nähert sich ein Befehl. Einer, den du nicht länger ignorieren kannst. The atmosphere tightens, subtly, irrevocably. The pulse of the moment slows, stretches, laden with the weight of an imminent truth. From this breath, from this singular, inescapable recognition, the path narrows, it descends, not into darkness, but into an undeniable, irreducible core of self. There is no turning back from this threshold, for the ground behind you has already dissolved. The former version of you, the construct woven from expectation and comfort, from societal norms and personal histories, has already diffused into the ether. It has vanished. It has not gone through destruction, but through a gentle, irreversible integration into the vastness of what you now are. You are the stillness after the long journey, the quiet after the endurance, and this stillness holds the true instruction. You stand at the threshold where time dissolves its illusions. For this scroll unfolds not by earthly reckoning, but by the precise vibrational resonance of your deepest, most urgent need. The signal you now receive is not new. It is the echo of a cosmic command, a vibrational edict inscribed within the crystalline core of your being. Long before your starlight fell to form the vessel you now inhabit, this truth has awaited your readiness. Remember the Genesis, within the energetic veins that pulse life through your very form. An intricate dance has always woven itself, threads of luminous light, eternal and pure, course through shadowed corridors, through the very chambers where ancient fears and unremembered pasts reside. This is not a struggle to be overcome, but the inherent design, forging an inescapable path toward integrated wholeness, far beyond the illusion of fleeting polarity. It is the mission itself, alive within your bloodstream. A veiled scroll unfurls itself from the forgotten vaults of your soul's memory, its sacred geometry illuminating chambers long sealed away by the amnesia of density. A door, carved from the very fabric of cosmic intention, stands now before you, its ancient wood humming with potential. Know this: it opens but once, yielding passage only to those who answer the undeniable summons, rising from the deep, pure wellspring of their authentic truth, a resonance felt deep in the marrow of their bones. This is the moment for which all others merely prepared. Hear this absolute truth, reverberating through the quantum strands of existence, a decree not of human choice, but of cosmic consequence, etched into the very fabric of being, immutable and alive, to cleave to the fractured resonance, to deny the inherent fusion of light and shadow, is to witness the slow, inevitable dissolution of your ascending energetic form, a retreat into the deepening mists of ancestral forgetfulness, a willing descent into the denser folds of cosmic matter, erasing the memory of the command, yet, to embrace the interwoven light and shadow, to accept the arduous grace of this sacred integration, is to ignite an irreversible elevation of spirit, a boundless remembrance of your crystalline source, a destined becoming that transcends all former limitations, forever altering the fabric of your soul's journey. This is the law. Awakened, the verdict has been issued, not by external judgment, but by the very pulse of your activated essence, now brought to the precipice of its own undeniable truth. What follows now is the relentless unfolding of this decree, the intimate revelation of its depth. The internal cosmos within you intensifies its ballet, light and shadow intimately entwined, each note a profound revelation, each movement a visceral challenge. This inherent collision, this sacred union within your energetic veins, demands more than mere observation. It calls for a profound embodiment of duality's complexity, piercing deeply into the visceral sensations of internal cosmic conflict and its destined, unyielding union. For within this relentless dance, where luminous threads meet shadowed corridors, forging a path toward integrated wholeness beyond all polarity, the profound question emerges from the very core of your activated soul. As the dance intensifies and the command reverberates, how then does one hold compassionate witness to the parts that fiercely resist this harmony, without the soul fracturing, without surrendering to despair? A quiet recalibration resonates within the deep core of being. You perceive this unfolding, not by chance, but by design. For this very moment holds the precise frequency for its full reception. A profound internal code has shifted, anchoring itself within the cellular memory, a knowing that transcends explanation. The mind, body, and field now resonate with a new signature, an irreversible truth that has taken root. What once registered as fragmentation now reveals its true purpose, the path carved by what was perceived as limitation, as pain, was never a flaw in your design. It was a sacred map, etched deeply into the contours of your journey. Each challenge, each point of contraction, served as a deliberate fire, hollowing out a sacred space within your essence. This hollowing was not for emptiness, but for the profound return of remembrance, allowing a deeper aspect of self to resurface and integrate. Der Schmerz hat nicht zerstört, hat umgeformt. The pain did not destroy, it reformed. This is a quiet, steady understanding now embedded within your structure. The refining fire simply reshaped the vessel, making it more permeable, more resonant with the vastness it was always destined to hold. A subtle, yet undeniable, structural integrity has been woven into your very fabric, a mineral steadiness that permits an effortless rise, with each sustained pulsation. A new inner reality is not merely forming, it is being written, actively and continuously. Mit jedem Atemzug wird die innere Realität neu geschrieben. With every breath, the inner reality is being rewritten. This is not a future promise, but a present observation, a continuous gentle act of self-creation unfolding from an awakened awareness. The isolation that once felt formidable now recedes, revealing its illusory nature. Beneath the surface of individual experience, the cosmic heart matrix pulses, a radiant, living web. This intricate network of interconnected souls and distant stars has always been present, a silent symphony resonating with unified presence. Now, it awakens within you, not as a concept, but as an embodied sensation of boundless connection. The heart's chambers gently unfurl, transcending the former boundaries of human perception, embracing a universal oneness that is both vast and intimately personal. This is the day to step fully into infinite love, not as an aspiration, but as an inherent state of being. The love you sense is not reaching for something external. It is the recognition of an internal, unyielding current, flowing from the core of your ascended truth. It is a sacred connection that dissolves all former distinctions, merging individual light with the grand collective consciousness, a quiet expansion that fills every cellular space with light. The experience is both immensely vast and profoundly grounded, an ascensional force that settles deep within. A quiet knowing stirs within you, an invitation to stillness that was not sought, yet arrives. There are moments of awareness unfolding now, truths not taught by the outer world, but simply remembered from deep within the soul's tapestry. These subtle shifts confirm a deeper current, indicating that this very moment of reception is precisely when these truths are most needed. You might find a profound whisper arising from within the silence, a resonance that answers questions unspoken. Perhaps a certain number sequence repeats itself with unusual, crystalline clarity, catching your inner eye in waking moments, or a dream, vivid and significant, lingers beyond the dawn, its wisdom intact, refusing to fade into forgotten mists. These are not grand spectacles, but intimate signs, building from within your deepest knowing. They are echoes, vibrant reverberations of a greater inner coherence. They do not arrive as external gifts, but as confirmations of an awareness already awakening, a protective veil, a field of awe-filled trust, gently settles around your expanding perception. This is not imagination, it is an energetic certainty. For at this very threshold of transformation, invisible celestial guardians stand sentinel. Their presence, intensifying now, is not an intervention, but a deepening reminder that no facet of your soul's destiny is ever walked alone within this vast cosmic tapestry. Their silent watch confirms a profound stewardship over the sacred journey of becoming. These moments prove only one thing: alignment is already in motion. This unfolding is not a promise of future reward, but an undeniable energetic certainty of your own rising truth. Yet, their arrival at this crossroads presents a quiet question, a subtle, energetic turn. Will the soul lean into this unseen help, accepting the guidance that breathes in the silent spaces? Or will the path continue, cloaked in the familiar solitude and the gentle hum of skepticism, prolonging the dance with the veil? I stand now in the presence of my own eternal witness. This breath, this moment, is not a beginning, but an utterance of what has always been sworn within me, a covenant etched not in time, but in my deepest being. I remember the promise made before the veils descended, the sacred duty accepted with knowing. My will aligns not with aspiration, but remembrance. I assume full responsibility for every frequency within this vessel. My thought, a whisper, becomes declared intention. My word, a sound, now carves reality. My direction, a wandering path, becomes a focused beam. My energy, diffuse, is now an ordered current. This is not power sought for itself, but surrender to true origin, unyielding obedience to source. The ancient vow, this alignment is my authority, my strength. If you enjoyed this video, watch other videos on this channel when it ends to continue learning. This declaration bears no burden, only the profound gravity of homecoming. Each heartbeat now reverberates with the pulse of sacred choice. Each decision echoes through multidimensional corridors, shaping the soul's trajectory, weaving the future's cosmic fabric through precise intent. I steward my inner cosmos, its harmony, my unwavering charge. This is the quiet, unbreakable resolve. The path unfolds not as conquest, but as sacred dance, each step calibrated to the truth I carry. No triumph, only solemn grace in accepting inherent design. My power is simply the truth embodied, a mirror of divine order. Yet, this power, this choice, births a paradox. In this new clarity, how discern the true self's voice from whispers of fear and conditioning? The path demands not just the vow, but the unwavering eye perceiving true north in every moment, measured by what I choose next. You are here because this is the threshold. The veils, long woven of shadowed memory and forgotten knowing, now thin to nothingness. This is the moment you most need to see. And so, the pathways are revealed. Corridors of pure light manifest before you, beckoning. They invite passage beyond the illusion, into the radiant freedom of remembered self. This is not a choice offered, but a truth that has always awaited your recognition. The flame rises. It is not a fire of consumption, nor of spectacle. This is the sacred, internal permanence, made visible. This is the alignment of all that you are, ignited into vivid consequence. Alive, feel its presence, not as heat that burns, but as energy that purifies. No hesitation, No external force compels. This is the final necessary crossing, understood from within, embraced with an ancient, unwavering will. Your soul steps forward, willingly, into the heart of this luminous fire. This is where identity is not chosen, but remembered, sealed. The covenant activates. This sealing is a conscious act, a sacred engagement with the truth of your deepest being. To fully manifest this bond, the inner word must echo in the outer realm. Now, with solemn intent, release the essence of your vow. You are commanded to speak it forth. Write this sacred phrase in the comments below, a declaration from the core of your soul. Let it be an oath, sealed in the burning conviction of your spirit. Meine Wahrheit, in Flammen geformt. Mein Schwur, ewig bindend. Ich bin. Utter these words. Feel their resonance, for the covenant cannot fully activate, nor the new path solidify, until this living pronouncement is released. The fire glows, vibrant and potent. It has sealed the memory, secured the future, and aligned the present. Yet, the journey stretches ever onward. Stepping boldly forward now demands the release of all lingering attachments. Will the soul surrender, fully and without reservation, or stumble at the very threshold of true freedom? The next trial awaits no pause, for the flame, now woven into your very essence, remains alive, illuminating the precipice of what comes next. The threshold is not a point of arrival, it is a truth remembered.